Hi, everybody. I'm Doug.
I'm Lori. Oh,
And this is
shoot, which
the
class are we doing?
recap for Level 2,
Level 2, Wednesday Night Hop,
October 2016,
Week 1.
Week 1 of mixing 6 and 8 counts.
Yeah.
So we went sort of right in the deep end and talked about how you can actually make most 6-count moves 8-count and make most 8-count moves 6-counts. Those are a little harder.
So we started with the send out, which is, as you know, a 6-count move.
3
a
and
4,
4,
5,
5
a
and
6.
6.
And then we said, what if we made this 8 counts?
1,
2,
2, 3,
a
a
4,
4,
5, 6, 7,
8.
8. And the way we differentiate these for this class was through distance. 1, 2, 3, a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you notice, when the lead wants to finish this move, because we could actually have infinite number of walks here, he creates distance by triple stepping backwards, and that creates stretch.
Yeah.
And as a follow, I reach the end of my line here, and I know that I am no longer traveling backwards. Something different is about to happen.
Yeah, so Lori is catching on to the fact that these are walks pretty early. I'm communicating that to her, but we didn't focus on that as much. So if you ended up doing a triple step, 2, 3, and 4, you can just do a walk, and you end up on the same foot. So we weren't focusing so much on like leading triple steps versus steps. We're mostly going on that distance cue to like keep going until you hit those redirects.
Yeah. So then we looked at 8-count circle, which you know is an 8-count move. 1, 2, 3, a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we said, what if we made this 6 counts?
1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Rock step.
So if you notice, we're covering the same amount of distance, but we're going through it faster.
Yeah. So the key points for this 6 count is, so instead of using distance, we're using speed to lead the difference between the 8 count and the 6 count to 3 and 4, 5 and 6. So I'm not a full 180 around Lori when we do the 8 count version, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not until like 5 and 6 that we're crossing each other. And then in that triple step 6-count version, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. I'm already starting to cross over to the side of her on that first triple step. The other thing we mentioned, which is just sort of a footwork body orientation thing, I am crossing myself because I have to cover a lot of distance, and it's really important that I come forward on that second triple step. Otherwise, just because of the body stuff, that's going to be really hard to do. This is also really great practice for doing something maybe you don't do already in your triple steps, because the more you can move around the floor and turn in different ways with your triple steps, the more agility and options you're going to have on the dance floor.
And follows, what I'm trying to focus on even more in a quick 6-count pattern of an 8-count move than I do with my usual laid-back 8-count moves is trying to make sure that I'm really balanced and my feet are underneath me. That means that when I'm stepping with my right foot, I am pointing my toe at my partner all the time. You can do these at home as fast as you want to practice that. But then when I step with my left, I am stepping to my left this way and turning to keep my toes pointed at my partner. And this will keep me upright and over my own feet, as opposed to crossovers where if I were to try and cross this way, I would trip myself up. We also talked a little bit about making sure that we have enough room for the leads to do their crossover moves around. So I'm trying not to lean in here and try and keep a closed position frame. I am actually letting my arm drape down a little bit more, and this creates the space necessary to make this move happen without, stepping on each other.
The third thing is what happens if you don't catch that this is a 6-count, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6.
I
mean-
just moved my triple step to
Yeah.
the end.
So we can definitely recover, but the thing, leaders, that I do to make sure that Lori knows the difference between those is I have to communicate that speed we talked about to her in my leading. So I'm not just speeding up, I'm also making sure Lori can feel me moving faster. And so one of the ways we did that is we practiced this 6 count circle a bunch and then went back to our 8 count and said, this can be pretty leisurely, right? So with a little 6 count, hoo ha hoo. And then this thing feels very different. So one good way to communicate the lead and follow between those is to think about contrast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So play around with that. This is all like really hard stuff. So you think you know a move, and then you start adding on these interesting things to it, and you're like, oh, there's more levels to this move. Totally normal. Feel free to come find us if you would like this done on you or done with to get the right kind of feeling that we're going for.
Yeah. So this is a definitely like blow your mind moment. So if it was a little overwhelming, don't worry about it. We will be covering like vocabulary and just like breaking things down in the usual way. But we wanted to get you to start experimenting with taking time or using speed to change things between 6 counts and 8 counts.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So that's us. Check us out next week. Yo-yo.
Woo-woo.